In this series, we are taking a fitness business from £0 to £100,000 live. And each and every week, I'm giving you a breakdown of what I did and how close I've gotten to that goal. Now we are in week 5. Week 4 was last week. We've set a few goals. We've set a few little areas that we wanted to focus on in order to push the needle forward. And week 5, baby, week 5, this is what we're stepping into, yeah? So first of all, let's adjust our little thing here, yeah? And now, let me tell you this, all right? Let me tell you this. This is a dodgy little 5 over here. Why am I doing this, all right? Why am I doing this little project? Number one, I have taken other businesses to over £100,000 online, okay? And the reality is, I'm no expert, you know? Yeah, I've made money online. I have some strategies. I have some theories about what it is that works in the online space, and I'm curious about it, you know? In all honesty, that's the only fucking thing I think about all day long. Marketing, sales, online, like doing things online gave me the freedom, right? I already have a big level of freedom where I can wake up and pretty much do as I please each and every day. I have a certain level of financial freedom. I live in London. And listen, I ain't rich yet. You know what I mean? I'm not rich yet, but I can do whatever I please within reason. You know what I mean? Time freedom and financial freedom. I can jump on a plane and fly out to a different country, which I have done 2 years ago, and traveled majority of Asia with comfort. Like, all of this came from one thing, and that is learning how to utilize social media and how to sell things online, all right? Now, the reason I'm doing this little project with fitness is because fitness has been my passion since I fucking started, you know what I mean? Since even before I was doing things online, fitness was my thing. The place where I'm recording this video right now is my own little studio gym. It's actually my mum's garage that I extended out, spent a shit ton of money on equipment and extending the garage, because that has been my passion, all right? I have the knowledge, the know-how in fitness, and now I also have the marketing know-how and the social media know-how from the other businesses. So I want to combine them both, and I want to create something that I'm proud of and I'm happy with. I don't know, for some reason I'm just getting a big calling towards it. Now the reason I'm filming these little sessions is because, one, I'm documenting my journey, which probably will be useful at some point in the future, not just to me, but even to you, if you're trying to grow in the online space, whether that's because of, you know, you're doing fitness, whether you're a fitness coach, or whether you just want to grow your social media page. If I'm documenting it, you can see exactly what's working for me, and then you can replicate the process for yourself. So that's one reason why I'm doing it. The other reason is each and every week I meet with myself and I'm doing like a self-coaching session. So it helps me stay aligned. I don't think there is anything more like distracting. Like something, the worst thing for my goals is being distracted, right? When chaos enters the place, when I become distracted, you know, I'm easily swayed away from my goals. So meeting here once a week, all right, every Sunday, this is what I do. I plan what to do each week, and then I test, I check, I keep myself accountable of whether I've done what I said I'm going to do. So last week, these are the 2 things we've written out. There are 2 areas that we're focusing on: program and content. So let's break them down individually. Program, what do we start with? So the idea is this. I'm already doing social media, all right? I already have a little bit of a presence. Now, I don't have an offer yet. I'm not pushing anything on my followers because I don't have a program that's ready. So my first step is actually getting a program ready and up to standards so I can, you know, use this to basically make money and coach people. But here's the thing. When I'm creating a program, what I'm actually trying to do is I'm trying to build a system that's replicable in the future, because there's many different mini programs inside of my big program that I want to have. And then what I can do is act as I always forget the word, what's the word that I'm looking for? Consultant, all right? I become a consultant. So that's the way I want to run my coaching programs. Jump on a sales call with someone, a strategy call, see what the problem is, yeah? All right, this is your problem in fitness, and then find a solution inside of my mini programs. I'm pairing them up with some of the mini programs. You know, you want to lose fat? Here's a little mini program for that. Oh, you want to build muscle? How long have you been trying? Have you been to the gym before? A beginner would follow a different program to someone that already has been, you know, going to the gym for some time. There's many different things that you do. My mission is to find out what it is that you are struggling with right now and what's your next best step, all right? That's the way I coach, whether that's fitness or other areas of coaching, yeah? I find out what your problem is and I want to give you the clearest solution to that problem by showing you what steps you need to take. So the idea is to create a few mini programs for now, and they can keep expanding as I'm running this system, as I'm running this program. But first, we start with the first program. The ones you see here in yellow, that means they are not ready. So my mission, what I wrote here, is to get the first program, which is called Starting Gains. I began working on it on the 10th/08, which is 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this is the second week. I want one of them to be ready. Why do I want at least one of them to be ready at first? I want one of them to be ready so I have a replicable process for how I'm gonna run this program. And my idea is this. I want to create a system that allows me to handle plenty of clients at once. So if I have 50 clients, I can handle it with ease because I have a system, or whether I have 100 clients, I can also handle it with ease. Now I know from previous coaching experiences that if I don't have a system and I'm coaching everyone individually, it takes time. Even if I spend 15 minutes a day on everyone, that's still a shit ton of time, yeah? 50 people times 15 minutes, to be exact with you, yeah? To be exact with you, let me just break it down, calculator. 15 times 50 people divided by 60 minutes, that's 12 and a half hours a week. That's not a long time. 15 minutes is easy. But 15 minutes, well, not easy, but 15 minutes can only be achievable with a strong system. If I don't have a system, it could mean I'm spending 30 to 45 minutes with each and every person each and every week, yeah? And if I spend 45 minutes with 50 clients, yeah, that means I'm spending 37 and a half hours a week, basically a full working week, on just responding and making sure these clients are fine. I can't scale it, all right? I need to scale this to 100K. And the only way that I can scale it is if I have a system. So that way, it's easy for me to guide the people. The system is better for the person that's being coached because it guides them with clarity. Better for me because I can coach more people. And better if I get more people on board in the future, which I definitely will. That way I can show them the system. They follow the system. Everything makes sense. So right now, I'm not just thinking I want to make money. Because if I wanted to make money, I could make money from week one. Yeah? But I'm thinking I want to be able to build systems that I can then duplicate onto other programs and onto other ventures of me doing things online. So my first mission this week was to bring program number one to basically create this program and see how long it takes me to create it. I'm not thinking this week, I'm thinking how long does it take me from the moment I think of creating a program to the moment I have the program. So what did I do this week? I have 7 days, yeah? 6 in essence, because Sunday, which is today, I'm using to basically do whatever I'm doing here with you. And for the remaining parts of the week, I have a certain structure, all right? This is it. I've written it out here. I'm going to look at the structure. I'll highlight it on the screen, yeah? What it means is I wake up at 3 in the morning every day, all right? I wake up at 3 and I fall asleep at 8. So that still gives me, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That gives me about 6 to 7 hours of sleep, yeah? Now, is that ideal? Maybe not. 8 hours would be better, but I function pretty well on it. And every now and then when I do need the extra sleep, I'd have an extra sleep, yeah? Right now I'm in hustle mode. Right now I'm in build mode. So I'm pouring my full self, I'm investing my full self into this, into making this project work. So I'm not, I'm not basically thinking of sleep. I'm thinking of performance. So actually that statement is kind of bad. I just want to fix it. I am thinking of sleep. I'm thinking of getting enough sleep so I can perform well throughout the day. I know that lack of sleep, if I only sleep 5 hours a day, sounds good on paper, but in the long run, from my experience, I underperform throughout the day if I don't get enough sleep. 6 to 7 hours for me is a sweet spot. I actually perform pretty well on that amount of hours, yeah? So what happens next is this. If I look at my week, my entire week, I've got Monday through to Saturday to, in reality, push my dreams slightly further forward, yeah? Sunday, I do this day where I'm basically taking an entire day to plan out this and, kind of refocus and realign myself. But then I've got all these remaining parts of the day, of the week to make sure that these goals come through. So my idea is this. I want to be as focused with my actions. I want to control myself, my being, my spirit, which I believe I am a spirit sitting inside of this body. I want to become the most optimized version of myself so I can push forward towards my goals. I can take action on the things that are important to me. And I believe controlling my routine is at an essence, yeah? So this is what I've realized, because I work for myself, because I run businesses myself, I'm basically a master of my time. And I've been doing an all right job at saying no to many things, social events, etc., etc. But sometimes some things creep in and I agree to them. Like this week, I've agreed to help my mum on Thursday, and then I agreed to do some other thing at some other point. And I'm like, hold on a minute. Now I'm really fucking touching into my routine. And I've realized that even if I sacrifice one day, all right, I am basically dipping into my time, and it fucks me up. You know, I'm in such a tight schedule that I can't be doing that. Yeah. So what I've realized is this time from the moment I wake up to the moment I executed all my tasks becomes my holy time. You know, this is the time when I cannot give it to anyone else. I cannot plan something and say, oh, I'm going to help you with this, or I'm going to help you with that. I just can't afford to do that. All right, I can't afford to do that. So moving forward, all right, moving forward, and I know this video is a little bit messy because I have a lot to say, but in essence, I'm speaking to me as well. Yeah, we are in the 24th of August, 2025 right now. And next week is my last week before I'll go away to go to one of my best friend's wedding. So it's in Scotland. So I'm going to be taking 2 weeks out to drive through UK to Scotland. And then basically, yeah, I won't be here for 2 weeks. I won't have the time to focus on this. Now, when I say I won't have time to focus on this, I can still focus on it. I can still produce content, which I will be doing. I can still work on some aspects of this. But in essence, it's like, you know, it's not the most focused time. But when I'm back, this would mean that I'm entering the last quarter 4 of 2025. Yeah? And I love looking at my year from a perspective of a quarter. That gives me 3 months, yeah? October, November, and December to fucking lock in, stay focused. And one of the primary rules will become that I do not give my time to anyone until I've done my work, until whatever is required from me. So what is my work, all right? My work comes down to 4 different things. When I wake up, I'm not fresh straight away. So I'll take about an hour to kind of like get to my usual self, you know what I mean? So from 4 o'clock onwards, I basically work, 4 in the morning. I have another business that I'm running, which allows me to do this, right? And that sometimes takes anywhere from 60 to 90 to 2 hours, yeah? I need to carry out those business activities in order to feed myself, feed my family, etc. You know what I mean? Like that's the business that is producing bread right now. So that's how I start my day. But once that business stuff is out the way, I focus on this stuff. And what I do is basically 3 things with it. I create content. It's a massive part of what I do. I create content. I communicate with the world through content, through social media. Whether that's content for social media or whether that's me creating programs, it's all about content. It's all about me getting my message out online, pretty much. So I need to edit videos, and editing takes a shit ton of time. And eventually I'll employ someone else to do the editing. But right now I'm the editor, yeah? And number 2, I need to work on a program, all right? The program requires work. So whatever is required, filming, editing for the program, that takes time, yeah? And then the next part, the big major part, is filming the content. I'm filming all of the content that I post, whether that's program or whether that's the content on social media, the filming. And filming takes a shit ton of time. So my day goes like this. Focus on my business, like the other business, then edit, then focus on the program, then go film at home, film at the gym, come back home and edit again, all right? So I've got 2 editing slots, 2 2-hour editing slots. My day runs for, I would say, business tasks 3 hours, editing for 2 hours, that's 5 hours already, program 2 hours, that's 7 hours already, then filming at home, at the gym, that's another 4 hours, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours, and then editing again for 2 hours, 12, 13 hours a day, all right? First 13 hours of my day are locked in, all right? So 13 hours. So if I wake up at around, let's say we call it from 4, because if I wake up at 3 and I don't start working till 4, yeah? What does that mean? 13 hours from 4 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, again, sorry, 13 hours, yeah, from 4. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Till 5 o'clock roughly, I'm fucking busy. You know what I'm saying? So that's my work day. That's my work day. You know what the funny thing is? As an entrepreneur, I guess, like someone that basically tries to bend reality, do some crazy ideas and get money out of it, I'm in essence investing all this time into something that I don't fully know whether it's going to work. I mean, I say that to you. I know it's going to work because I've done it in other areas and I'm willing to pour it in, but like, nothing's guaranteed. So 13 hours a day, that's roughly the amount of time that this shit will take. You know what I'm saying? 4 o'clock till 5 o'clock. And then from 5 o'clock, I wind down, I relax because I do need to relax a little, and I go sleep at 8. Yeah. Now, obviously, if I finish my tasks earlier, yeah, then I can, you know what I'm saying? I can finish earlier. But until then, I don't fucking do anything else. And I think that becomes the biggest thing for me. You know what I mean? Like controlling my routine, controlling my time. Right, having that out of the way, because that's the plan. Quarter number 4 is just approaching. As soon as I come back from Scotland, that's what we're doing. I have really kind of been doing it already, yeah? But we're going to double down. We're going to double down. So let me show you this. When it comes to the program, what did I do this week? This week, I tried to create that program. I tried to start it all straight from the scratch. So what do we do is, number one, I understand that whenever I'm having a program, let's say in my case, starting gains program for my fitness program, this program, this program aims to help beginners understand what it is that they need to do when they first get to the gym. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you've never been to the gym, you don't know how to train, this program is going to get you started. How do I do that? So as I told you, for me, the main thing is coming up with systems, yeah? And this system that I'm about to share with you is a system for communication, at least the one that I'm testing out, okay? And it comes down to 4 different steps. So every time I create a program, let's say you join my program and you watch the welcoming video that introduces you to the program, I follow a system. And the system goes like this: why, what, how, now. 4 steps that help me organize my knowledge into something that kind of makes sense to everybody else. So I start with a why. Someone joins a program, they need to find out why the fuck they're doing it. So I tell them a backstory usually about, I know like if you join my program as a beginner, you obviously want to build muscle. That's your main goal. So if I tell you a backstory about the time when I didn't have muscle and I wanted muscle, and then I tell you about a little bit of a struggle, what kind of struggle I went through to try to get the muscle, then you start to understand. You're like, all right, this guy gets me, And then I can explain the why, you know what I mean? The why becomes, for starting gains, I want to build muscle. If you want to build muscle, then I have a system, all right? That's the why becomes basically that, gaining muscle. But I need to explain it through a story. Now, I'll get into the what, all right? The what basically shows you that I have a system. So here, I'll probably lay it out on a screen. There are steps, all right? Every system has steps. So I'll show you the what, like what is it? You want to gain muscle, what is it that you need to do? So then you get a rough overview. You're like, all right, that kind of makes sense. These steps do make sense. And then I'll show you the how. So then I go and dive deeper into each and every step, all right? I'll show you step 1, this is what you need to do. Step 2, this is what you need to do. Step 3, this is what you need to do. And then I move on to a now, all right? Now basically encourages you to, all right, now you have the knowledge, what do you need to do with it? You have the steps, what's the next step? So I guide them step by step. And I know this sounds fucking simple, but it took me a shit ton of time to figure out this actual process. Whether this is the best process, I don't know. I'm still kind of testing it out. But now I have some sort of system. And oh my God, has this been a transformational moment for me to have the ability to bring some order to some of the chaos that I have in my mind sometimes. Because if you ever faced a problem and now you're creating a program that helps people solve the same problem that you solved, because that's in essence what we do, what I'm doing, what anyone online really is doing when they sell in a program, they help to solve a problem. All right? You need to understand that fucking solution really well. And then you need to have the ability to communicate it. So this system, all right, why, what, how, now. Let me just get a, lordy lord. Let me get my trusty little box of goods. Because the reason I'm telling you about this system is because every video, every program that I create is going to begin following that system. So now I have order in my mind. Whenever I want to create the next program, I have a system. I can organize my information into a simple set of steps, and then I can present it to the world, all right? This has been a huge, huge, huge thing. So we're going to put this system here so I remember what I'm doing, and when I'm creating the programs, that's what I'm trying to do. So this week with starting gains, that's exactly what I tried to do. Now, let's say I create a bunch of videos, the why, what, now, how videos. I need to have somewhere to house them. When people come to my program, what I want to be able to do is once I convince you that this is a good idea that you joined my program. I want to be able to send you, like, let's say, all right, I'll tell you, you need to start with starting gains. Rather than me explaining it every step by step, I send you to a video, or not a video, I send you to a course, a course online that will explain the steps that you need to take, all right? I show you the strategy by showing you these videos, and then I guide you inside of my app with a training program. I'll show you a training program. You know what to do, you know how to train, and you know the strategy behind the training. You understand how to train. Beautiful, beautiful way to do it. So usually I would utilize WordPress websites. I have a WordPress website that has a sort of LMS platform on it, which is, you should know what an LMS is. It's basically a course platform. You know what I mean? Someone signs up to your course, they can view the course, they can view the content. But the thing is, every time I'm fucking doing these websites, which I love in a way, it takes a shit ton of work. So I've signed up to school.com. For some reason, I just thought, let me just organize it. So what did I do? Inside of school, and I'm just going to lay it out on the screen here. You know what? Let me just film. Let me just film. Yeah. So I did it not to give anyone access to it yet, but just to even have the structure myself so I can test the system. So now I have, a program called Starting Gains, and then it contains all the steps in here. Start here. It gives in the welcoming video. Now the welcoming video.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Starting Gains program. Let me start by taking you back to the first moment.
Now this video, all right, I'll just skim through it. It takes them through the moment, all right? I'm talking about the why, yeah? I'm talking about my backstory in a way. Then I'm talking about the what, all right? I'm telling them, all right, this kind of what we got to do here, yeah? And then I show them the how. I show them the steps, all right? Where is the part where we go to the steps? Boom.
Step
Then
one, find your current limits. And step two, beat your previous high scores.
I show them a simple system for it, yeah? And then I show them, once I show them the how, I give them the now, yeah? The now is the next steps, all right? In the next steps, what do we do in the next steps? I show them how to find the limits, then I show them how to beat their previous high scores, and then I show them the training program, all right? So from the perspective of me designing these programs, this is what I want to do. I want to create a bunch of videos that explains what to do. I want to create a training program, like in this case, boom. They pull up the training program here, and you can see the training program. I've printed it out here. So it's just a list of exercises that they will be following, and obviously they need to understand why they're following it. But all of that I need to pre-create. You know what I mean? All of that, when I'm creating these programs, I need to pre-create. So this yellow, where is my little thing? So this yellow program, Starting Gains, can eventually turn to green. So last part with the program is I need to have it uploaded into the app. I have an app that whenever I get a client, I pair them with the app, and inside of the app, they get a training program. I don't know how well you can see it, but I still lay it over the screen. They get the training program so they can track the weights, track the reps, track everything that's going on, and I can guide them with ease. So I'm pairing two things. As I've written out before, what I've written out, what do I want to do with the programs? An app that helps me track, and a learning platform, an LMS type of platform, which in this case is school.com. So all of this is in place. So is the program ready? I would say that I'm about 80% ready. And the first one takes the longest because I'm not just building a program, I'm also building the templates for it. Yeah? So Starting Gains, listen, I took a lot of fucking work this week. I had to wake up in the morning, drive to gym, film the stuff, update the app, do all these things, build these systems. So I'm not going to stick it green yet. I only want to stick it green once the Starting Gains program is fully ready and fully complete and fully ready for clients to basically start throwing themselves into it. Yeah? So once the Starting Gains program is ready, which should be ready at the end of this week, that would mean that it took me 3 weeks to create one program. That's a fair amount of time. Yeah? But hopefully once I have this system, because I had to figure out the why, what, how now, once I have this system, it's easier for me to just plug and play the other programs. So rather than taking 3 weeks, maybe it will take me 2 weeks to create the next one, then 1 week. And once I have 4 to 5 base programs, I'm basically ready. You know what I mean? I'm basically ready to start creating some sort of offers where I can start leading people. But I don't want to sign clients up now, because if I do sign them up, oh yeah, I could individually create the programs for them right now, but then in the long run, I'm losing time. I'm basically, if I sign up 20 clients right now and I'm making some money, that's eating into my time. And I'm at the moment willing to sacrifice that. I'm willing to sacrifice the fact that I'm not making money so I can build systems, because once these systems are in place, baby, I'm telling you, we're going to double down and everything's going to be built in a beautiful way. There's been way too many times in my life where I tried to rush the process because I wanted something right now, and it led me down dark and bad paths. Now I'm delaying the gratification. I'm delaying certain things because I understand that that's what needs to happen. All right. So let me check how much time we're on this video, because I know that the camera only had about an hour. Yeah. Only had about an hour. We're only, how long are we in? I don't know how long we're in. Not too long. All right. So this is the plan. This is the plan. Whenever we come back from Scotland, I still have one more week before I go away. We dive deeper into this. We replicate this over the other programs, and we get it done. And the training programs are just one aspect. Nutritional plans are the completely other aspect of it all. But we're gonna get it done, baby. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna put it into place, and we're gonna fucking love it. So my back is sweating from the conversation. So what am I sticking here? I'm going to stick this here, all right? Because this is the plan for my routine. I want to become in control of my routine in the last quarter of the year, where I'm not giving up my time for anything. I'm working, you know? It's fucking work time, baby. That's what it is. So now, this we continue for this week, all right? We do another week where we try to bring this program into place, and hopefully by the end of the week, everything is in place. The training program is becoming a template for other programs, and I can just replicate the process. Now, content-wise, what was the plan? Because we were busy, all right? Because we were busy, there is a system that we follow with content. I do feel like I have a recipe for going viral. I have a recipe for really attracting, you know, eyes online, but that recipe takes time. This shit takes time. It takes a fucking ton of time to create these programs. This shit takes time. So at the moment, all right, I'll tell you what it is at the moment that we are doing. At the moment, with content, I just want to stay afloat. I just want to stay alive. I just want to keep creating content so I can keep growing, you know, keep staying present on social media, but I'm not doubling down on any crazy strategy. If I were to double down on a crazy strategy, this is what I would do. I would search viral pieces of content in my industry, like I told you before, and I would try to replicate as many of them as I could each and every week, and I would post them. And if anything stuck around, I would double down on these ideas. I would double down on the pieces that really promoting, that really working, and then eventually I'd probably find the golden piece of content. I've explained this process in my previous videos, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but a golden piece of content would be a content that you produce and it seems to generate a result that you want time and time over again. So if it's new followers, it'll be a piece of content that you know is proven to work to bring you followers. Now, I thought I found a piece of content like that, which was me getting ready and then going, like, it's a swipe workout, but me getting ready in a specific spot in my house. One of them produced 200,000 views and brought like 1,000 something new followers to my page. There was another that kind of basically worked like that as well. And to be honest, that piece of content, it is producing, you know. Let me just film this quickly. I'll show you. There is, this piece of content seems to be producing the result. So here it is. There's another one that I did which is very similar. I get ready into the kit and then I go train legs. So this piece of content, which again was replicated because I've done it before and it worked. This one brought 75 new followers so far. So the idea is that the swipe workouts kind of work, all right? The swipe workouts kind of work when I'm starting in a specific spot in my house. But is it the best strategy? No, there are better strategies. But it's just right now, there's too many things that I'm focusing on. I would lose focus. So I'm going to keep with the traction of what I've been doing. I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing with social media. And that is simple. Focus on posting twice a day. Focus on posting one TikTok a day and one YouTube short a day. And then this is the last part, all right? The last part is talking videos, all right? I really want to be producing talking videos because I feel like, right, me getting changed and me showing the workouts, like, it's fine for getting eyes, but it doesn't connect with my audience. It doesn't show them who I am or what I am about. It doesn't allow me to provide value to the people that I want to start providing value to, if you could say. So talking videos are an important aspect. And last week I said I want to post 3 talking videos. I've only posted 1. One this week, all right? And I know the reason why. The reason why is this. There's something wrong in my routine here. What I've been doing is I've been doing the market with C-Day, which is Sunday, and then I've been running my normal usual week, but I need one more day, which is a film and focus day. So one day a week I come in here and I just purely focus on writing script, filming the scripts, talking videos, and then for the rest of the week I can film B-roll and I can edit and I can post that, all right? That way I can post few talking videos a week. If I don't do this filming day, I'm not posting talking videos and then a routine becomes overwhelming. That's what happened this week. This week, I didn't do that day and then I wanted to do talking videos and I was trying to rush things. It just, nothing worked, all right? Nothing glued. But despite of that, we know it. So this coming week, we're going to do a filming day and we're going to try to do a few more talking videos. We're going to try to get at least 3 talking videos. Outside of that, all right, outside of that, I feel like I'm fucking sweating here. Outside of that, what were the results this week? I'm missing one. Yeah, there's a paper jam in a fucking printer, is it? I don't know, we'll see. Either way, what has happened this week? This week, our CK Shreds page, which is the fitness Instagram page, the aim was to post 2 times a day, all right? Oh, it was tough. It was tough to do it this week. I was struggling this week because I helped my mum on Thursday and I was like, you know, things were stepping into place, but we managed to post 13 times. Nearly there. Not ticked off, not exactly, nearly there. I said 7 swipes, I've done 6. Nearly there. 3 talking videos, I've done 1, all right? So there's basically loopholes, not loopholes, there are, the routine isn't well oiled, you know, it needs more oil, we need more focus, and we're gonna get that, we're gonna get that focus. So, despite of it, I've posted, 13 times and managed to gain extra 68 followers this week. We went up from 32,771 followers to, we went up from 32,680 to 32,771. So I'm going to log that in inside of our tracker, right? 32,771. That's our little CK Shreds page. So let's stick that one on here because this one lives right here. Yeah. CK Shreds, where are you, baby? CK Shreds right here. All right. TikTok. What happened to TikTok? The idea with TikTok is that we're creating no new content for it. One day when the program has been created and when the offers are in place, I'm only going to focus on doubling down on content and social media. And if I can grow those pages and I already have a system for, me basically monetizing on my audience, we have a beautiful place. I can just focus single-handedly on content. At the moment, my focus is divided, so I can't pour all myself into one thing. So TikTok, I just replicate the videos that I do on on Instagram, and I post them on TikTok and I grow, So this week we posted 7 times, which was the plan. We posted once a day, which was the plan. And we managed to gain 183 extra followers from that. Not bad, more than Instagram really. Maybe TikTok is the new little juicy area for us, yeah? So TikTok, we're going to stick it here. 183 extra followers. We're on 5,667. Yeah, plus we gained. Now YouTube, all right, again, with YouTube, it was the same idea. With YouTube, what I wanted to do is just repost the stuff I'm posting on Instagram. But here's the thing. This is what I've noticed with YouTube. YouTube does really well with the talking videos. The talking videos where I say something, Instagram shorts, when I'm speaking, giving some tips, that works well. That brings me new views, new followers. But the stuff I post on Instagram where I just take off my top and flex doesn't really work that well on YouTube. So I just kind of got discouraged. Not discouraged, but I didn't want to post trash on YouTube and just trash out my audience, which might be a wrong idea. Maybe I should have just posted. You should probably just post. So rather than posting 7 times a week, I've only posted 4 times because there are some things that I didn't want to post on YouTube. Talking videos are my savior here. I just need to talk, that's it. So YouTube, we posted 4 times and we've gained 12 extra subscribers. Pretty good too, considering the fact that we're not necessarily, week 5, that we're not necessarily focusing on growing on social media at the moment. It's still keeping us in traction and we're growing. Now the biggest page, which is also the least kind of niched out page, the other pages are fitness focused. This one's like day in life. I just do random fucking shit. Caesar King. Aim was to post 14 times. We did post 14 times. So reels, swipes. This isn't a fitness focus page. It's kind of like day in life overall. But we lost followers. We lost 31 followers. Is what it is, baby. We cannot control it. We cannot control everything. So, what do we have over here? Overall, we stuck pretty much to our goal of trying to post twice a day. And we need to keep consistent. So that's the aim for this week. All I'm going to do is I'm going to stay consistent with what I've been doing, posting twice a day, okay? And adding talking videos. If I can do that, then it's a winning week, you know? We're moving slowly. We're moving slowly. Create programs so all of these yellow turn green. Once these turn green, once a few things have been set up here, we can then make an offer to our audience, and then we can track these offers. We can see, analyze what's happening, make the best offer. We're not creating perfect offer. We're just trying to mass produce, get some offers out, get some clients in, baby, and we start making money. Yeah, week 5 right now. We're not rushing anything. So this is it for the video. Guys, you know where I'm at. You know what I'm doing. And listen, nobody watches these videos at the moment, but maybe one day. You never know. For now, this is it, and I'll see you in week 6.